Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another market update. Today I am in beautiful, sorry, I got a phone call coming in. Today I'm in beautiful Halifax, but figured I'd use this as my background. Okay, so let's share the screen here. For those tuning in for the first time, as always, just watch the first slide, which is Bedford. And it'll kind of explain the topics that we're going over here. And it'll explain what essentially each data point references. And then on the bottom of the screen, on the scroll bar, you can skip to the area, neighborhood that you're interested in, whether you're buying or selling. Yeah, okay, so first we got Bedford. This is the area that we're pulling the data from. Okay, we got total sales and days on market. So as you can see here, the 22 and the 14 are the total sales, 22 being November, 14 being December. Days on market, same thing, 17 being November, 20 being December. For reference, December and January tend to be our slowest months in terms of transactions. That's just because people are enjoying the holidays and it takes them a little bit to get going into the new year. When we're looking at days on market, 4 days on market means things are flying off the shelf very quick. That usually correlates with a higher list price to sale price ratio. And obviously we have a 20 there, which is quite long. Almost 3 weeks, something is staying on the market before it's getting taken off. Showings per listing and new listings. Showings per listing, pretty self-explanatory there. We've got 4.5 groups or families, people going through that house before it goes under offer. New listings, obviously very self-explanatory. And as you can see there from the 10, really hardly any new listings in Bedford. Sale price to list price percentage. This is basically what the if something was for sale for $100, in this case, it would have sold for $97. So, you know, that's a pretty normal number. When we get above 100, that means we're generally finding heavier multiple offer situations and people are bidding over the asking price. And there's usually a bit of a bidding war. So that will shift throughout the year, obviously. December, there was a couple places that we saw over asking, maybe one, maybe two. But overall, you know, most of them were under 100%. So single family monthly comparison. This is for the single family homes. Obviously, basically 600,000 in November and then 635,000 in December. This is going to vary based on the neighborhood. Obviously, Bedford, there's some lower priced houses and there's some higher priced houses. A lot of neighborhoods that we cover here will have that, but this is just to give you a general idea for the overall market. Price per square foot, same thing. This is pulling from the total living area. So this is things like including the garage, you know, and you know, everything basically within the house. Condo monthly comparison, same thing here. We've got 457,000 and then a pretty steep drop there to 300,000. In Bedford, you've got a pretty wide mix of condos. Some are obviously a little cheaper. And then when you get down on the waterfront there, you can find some more expensive ones. Price per square foot stayed relatively the same, however, which is also pretty normal, right? If you have maybe an older, cheaper condo, they might have a little bit more square footage in them, and then the newer ones tend not to. It'll really kind of depend on the property. Obviously, they're building the condos now with generally significantly less square footage than they used to, but that depends on the building. Okay. Up next, we got Bridgewater, about an hour and a half down the South Shore, kind of the main center for the South Shore down there. It's probably an hour, 15 minutes. So total sales, we had 7. Days on market, we had 34. Showings per listing and new listings, we had 3.1 and 2 respectively, so very low on the new listings. Sale price to list price percentage, very low there as well, 87.5%. That references obviously how long things are staying on the market. The single family monthly comparison, we saw obviously a little typo there, 340,000, and it dropped by 5,000 to 335. And the price per square foot also dropped about $50 to $148 per square foot. Okay, Clayton Park and Rockingham. Leave this open. Started at a new gym this new year, and I am parched. Okay, total sales. We saw 13 days on market was 18. Showings per listing, 5.5 stayed relatively the same. New listings was 7, pretty steep drop. Again, we're at the lower part of that bell curve that we see very consistently year over year. Highest point being in, the summer, lowest point being right now. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 98.1%, little uptick there. Single family monthly comparison, we saw a bit of a downtick from 635 to 612. Price per square foot, we saw an uptick of $50 to $301. Condo monthly comparison was at 340, now it's at 415, and the price per square foot was at 323. It's now at 308, so slight drop there. Okay, Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. Something that was kind of cool. I uploaded a video that I know was not made the best. I tried to film at night and it didn't come out the best. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys. But anyways, over in Cole Harbour, there's this place called Colby Village there, right in between Morris Lake and that other lake to the north. They have this really cool street there where a lot of people go out and buy these blow up Santa Clauses. And they do a big kind of fundraiser there. I think it's for Habitat for Humanity. It's probably not. Anyways, but in the wintertime here, especially around Christmas, people do like to put up some great Christmas lights around the city. Total sales and days on market. Total sales, we had 14. Days on market was 6. That's pretty low, obviously, when looking at the big scheme of things, and that's going to be reflected here in a little bit later. Showings per listing, 8.2, and new listings was 11. So Cole Harbour really actually punched a little bit above its weight for December. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 102%. Again, that references multiple offers in that area. A little bit of a lower price point generally though. Single family month comparison was 460. It dropped $3,000 to 457, and the price per square foot went down as well from 258 to 239. All right, Dartmouth. So again, one of the bigger areas we're pulling from here, obviously Burnside, Dartmouth Crossing, as you see to the left of the map there, that's pretty much industrial and shopping area. But things inside the ring road, as we call it, the ring highway, and then out towards Woodlawn is all residential. Total sales and days on market, we saw 32 and 14 respectively. Showings per listing and new listing was 6.8 and 25. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw it 98%. Single family monthly comparison was 477,000. Now it's 465. Price per square foot was 279. It's now 274. And the condo monthly comparison was 435,000, descending to 345,000. Price per square foot, we saw it at $443, and then it went down to $334. It's kind of a cool, I guess, numerological reverse there. All right, downtown Halifax. Of course, we only pull condos in this area. There are some residences that will come up for sale, quite rare. They're honestly beautiful homes. It's these nice, very historical Schmidtville. But yeah, total sales, we saw 1. Days on market, 18. Real big drop in the monthly comparison here. Sale price to list price percentage, showings per listing, we saw 1.6. New listings was 1. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw it 85%, just significantly lower. And then the condo monthly comparison, 803,000 was in November, 380,000 was in December. Price per square foot dropped significantly as well from 615 to 403. There's a few buildings downtown, kind of up Spring Garden way, that can be priced a little lower. Right at the corner of Spring Garden and Roby. Actually, they can be priced lower than this. But generally downtown, you're going to find more expensive condos. Just really depends on what you're looking at and looking for. Eastern Passage and Cow Bay, about 25 minutes, I would say, along that kind of road there, if you're coming from downtown Halifax. We've also got buses that run in through Eastern Passage. I think there's one that runs up the Cal Bay Road as well. But you know, nice little surf, like what's behind me, surf area. No palm trees out here, unfortunately. Total sales was 7, days on market 12. Showings per listing, we saw 4.4, and new listings was 4. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 100% even. Single family monthly comparison was 425,000. It's now 412,000. Price per square foot was 268. It's now 240,000, or $240. It'd be quite expensive, 240,000. Eastern Shore and Lawrencetown, kind of our alternative oceanside cottage country. Obviously, people live there year round as well. Just depends on what you're looking for. Okay. Total sales and days on market 4 and 50 respectively. 50 is quite long. That's going to be one of our longer days on market. Slows down obviously this time of year. Can pick up in the summer when people are, or spring when people are really hunting for cottages. Showings per listing and new listing 3.6 and 7 respectively. Sale price to list price percentage 88.7%. Single family monthly comparison was 542,000. It's now 560. Price per square foot was 322. It's now 191. So as you can see, there's a bit of a trend here. I think we'll see it in December as well. We get those lower list price to sale price to list price percentages. Enfield. A lot of new building going on out here. There's some highways they're slowly building as well. Actually, I don't know if that is a highway they're putting there. Anyways, this is out by the airport for reference. Total sales and days on market, we saw 14 and 22. It stayed the same. I triple checked this. I don't know if it was just a lapse in the system or something like that. Anyways, showings per listing was 2, new listings 8. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw at 98.6%. The single family monthly comparison was 444,000 in November, 410,000 in December. Price per square foot, we saw 238 moving down to 235. Fall River, again, beautiful kind of like lake country out there. Got all the shops and stuff you really need for your day-to-day. And you're about 20-25 minutes to downtown on highways, or you can take the Bedford Highway and get a bit of a nicer drive along the water. Total sales was 2, days on market 89. There we go. That's the big one. Showings per listing and new listing 9.6 and 2 respectively. It's interesting how that days on market was so high, and yet sale price to list price percentage 105.1%. So I'd have to double check what happened there, but it wasn't like there was a ton of sales. So anyways, single family monthly comparison 590,000 versus 480,000 in the month of December. Price per square foot was at 298, dropped $100 to 203. Hammonds, Plains, Lucasville. So this is again lake country. This is where the fires were this past year, and they're generally larger properties, nice homes built, you know, I mean, it depends, but 30 years ago or so. It really depends on the neighborhood, but larger homes as well. Again, 25 minutes to downtown. Total sales was 11, days on market 49. Showings per listing 3.3, and new listings was 7. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 95.4%. Single family monthly comparison was 660. It's now 760, up $100,000. Price per square foot, 288 went to 253. Again, out here, those lakefront homes fetch a higher price than ones that are in certain neighborhoods within that area. It will really depend, right? You can get some stuff there for, you know, low 6s, high 5s as well if you wait. Just depends. North End Halifax. Right. Total sales and days on market 7 and 7 respectively. Showings per listing and new listings was 3 and 2 respectively. Very low new listings. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 98.5%. Single family monthly comparison, we saw it drop significantly from almost $1 million to $600,000. Price per square foot was $427, went down to $384. Condo monthly comparison, we saw $392,000 going up to $443,000. Price per square foot was $488. It's now $443. Sackville and Beaverbank. This is one of our larger turnover areas, I guess. It's also one of our larger areas I'm pulling from here. Yeah, Sackville's obviously changed quite a bit over the last couple of years since COVID. A lot of people that moved from out of the province saw cheaper property prices there, moved there. But there's also some really beautiful lakefront homes as well. You get a pretty big mix there. Total sales, we saw 26, days on market 15 stayed the same. Showings per listing was 6.4 and new listings was 26. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 99.4%, little under ask. Single family monthly comparison was 465,000, going up about 15,000, and then price per square foot was 244. It's now 250. So, you know, when we get something that close to 100%, and we've got enough volume there on the total sales, probably several went over asking, several went under asking. Spryfield and Armdale, again, an area close to town, becoming well, it's been popular recently for folks looking to invest in properties, rent them out. Spryfield had a history or a bit of a stigma around it for being a little bit rougher, but that's obviously changed over the past couple of years as well. And it's very close to the peninsula, as you can see there. Total sales, 16, days on market was 6. Showings per listing, 4.4. New listings was 8. Sale price to list price percentage, 103.8%. Single family monthly comparison was at 509. It's now 501. Price per square foot was 287. It's now 306. Condo monthly comparison. There's not too many condos in this area, but there's like one area that definitely has condos. 375, now down to 365. Price per square foot was 342. It's now 361. South End Halifax, kind of this area and parts of Bedford would be considered some of the nicer, I guess, real estate. But you also get some beautiful lakefront homes and even some stuff out by Peggy's Cove on the ocean. Anywhere you get in St. Margaret's Bay, which we'll be going over, you can get some obviously beautiful homes there too. Obviously, the South End, when comparing to some of those outerlying areas, the properties can be a little bit smaller, but they're still very large for within the city, and you don't have to deal with rush hour, which is nice. Total sales, we saw 4, days on market was 65. Showings per listing and new listing was 3.3 and 4. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw at 96.8%. Single family monthly comparison, couldn't pull data point off of this. I'm thinking that the sales were condo monthly comparisons, but I just left basically last month's data there. So it was 1.2 and 407. Condo monthly comparison was 533, and then it dropped about 100,000, a little bit more, to 415,000. Price per square foot was $600, dropped down to $356. Again, there's one building in the South End. I've referenced this before. It's a newer building. Quite a bit of turnover happens in there. The square footage is a little smaller, but the property prices remain quite high. It's right beside St. Mary's University, and this really nice park, Goresbrook Park. But obviously there's some older inventory there too, which sells and affects the data. South Shore stats. So this is kind of cottage country. This is one of the ocean cottage country, about an hour away, primarily a divided highway. And it's very beautiful down here. Total sales, we saw 5, days on market was 5. Showings per listing, 1.8, and new listings 8. That's pretty high for this ocean. Well, they got all Lunenburg and Mahone Bay there. Sale price, list price percentage, 97.8%. Single family monthly comparison, we saw it at 388 in November. went up to $575 in December. Price per square foot was $309. It's up $3 to $312. Okay, Sydney, Nova Scotia, kind of the capital of Cape Breton, all-encompassing city there. I've got this wrong before. I think it's about 4 hours, maybe a little bit more to Halifax. You know, they've got the Coast Guard College up there, CBU. They've got an airport up there. They've got a major junior hockey team, the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. Total sales 14 days on market was 9. Showings per listing was 4, and new listings was 15. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw a little bit of an uptick to 97.1%. And the single family monthly comparison in November, we saw 280. December, we saw 285. Price per square foot was $162. It's now $199. Tantallon, Hubley. So this area, and you can see like Glenhaven, Seabright. I think that's Black Point there to the left. When you're kind of along those highways, it's very beautiful. Obviously, you're on the ocean and you're really not that far away. Yeah. Anyways, there's some very nice homes, and there's also some homes that are a bit more on the affordable side. Total sales was 5. Days on market was 27. Showings per listing 3.4, and new listings was 1. Sale price to list price percentage was 96.9%. Single family monthly comparison was 619,000, which was an uptick from basically 560,000 in November. Price per square foot, $248, moving up to $290. Timberlea and Beechville. This is home to one of the quote unquote golf course communities that Halifax has. It's not like a true gated community or anything like that. They have a nice golf course called Brunello, and then they've built up and are continuing to build up quite a bit of new build homes out that way. That's something I'm going to be working on this year with this channel, is trying to do a lot more new build home walkthroughs on the YouTube channel. So if you're into that stuff, then obviously subscribe. But pretty much everybody who watches this is subscribed. These are my loyal followers here that watch this stuff. Okay, moving on. Total sales 7. Days on market 8. Showings per listing 4.4, and new listings 10. Sale price list price percentage 100%. There we go. Single family monthly comparison stayed the same. I checked the data, not sure what happened there, but price per square foot $319, moving down in December to $275. So out there, there's also, you know, you've got the nice golf course homes which run 800 plus, but you've also got some 30-40-year-old homes out there that can be much more affordable. Okay, Truro Heights. Again, hour away, divided highway both ways, or divided highway. Again, pretty much all-encompassing area. You've got the NSCC out there. You've got quite a bit of park space. You know, you got Walmart. There's entertainment options, and if you want to do the bigger shopping like Costco and stuff like that, Dartmouth's probably half an hour, 40 minutes away. And then, you know, they've got the big Dalhousie agricultural campus out there as well. Total sales was 6. Days on market 58. Showings per listing 3. New listings 8. Sale price to list price percentage pretty low here. Was at 98%, down to 86%. Single family monthly comparison, we saw 305 in November. It's down to 250 in December. Price per square foot was 201. It's down to 171. Okay, get near the end here. West End, my stomping ground. You know, for those who watch this maybe from away, a lot of people who have bought with me from away, they seem to really like the vibe and the feel of the West End. It's got good coffee shop culture, as I trademark. Call that, you know, you've got a couple streets that have good commercial access there, right? Which is comparable to some of the larger cities that people come from, where there's a really healthy mix of commercial and residential. Sometimes certain areas in Halifax don't really have that. It's primarily residential. You're never going to be too far away from shops. It's just like, can you walk there? Total sales, we saw 10, days on market was 38, showings per listing, 4.5, and new listings was 4. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 96 in November, dropping at 94 in December. Single family monthly comparison was 653. It's now 716. It's pretty normal there. Price per square foot, 390 in November, 421 in December. Okay, Windsor, Nova Scotia, again, divided highway, about an hour away, close to wine country. This is the bread basket, I would say, of Nova Scotia. It's also about a 10-minute rip to Wolfville and Acadia University. Total sales was 6, days on market 38. Showings per listing was 3.3, and the new listings was 6. Sale price to list price percentage, we saw 91% even, and the single family monthly comparison was 400. It's down to 390,000. Price per square foot was 213. It's now 283. Okay, everybody. Well, that's all we got for this week. Again, always appreciate people tuning into this one. I know it's not the most entertaining thing, but I think it can provide a lot of use for those who are just tracking the market and whatnot. So other than that, everybody have a great January. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.